Yeah, man. You gotta grow up sometime, you feel me? Not everything can be about cars and clothes, bitches and clubs, you feel me? Every now and then, gotta keep something vibe to.
Yeah, as I gaze at the city over the skyline, I take a sip and I realize that it's my time. No more spending my nights stuck in the one time. I'm looking over my shoulder wondering if it's my time. I got a game plan laid out. Grind time, no sleep till it pay out. The moves I make it require my dedication, so you try to intervene in the beams and you lay down. I'm on the road to being boss, staring at you through my rear view. I see you niggas lost. Similar coats, but mine's a better cloth. Try to walk in my shoes, but I doubt you could get them on. Thought we could get along. Cruise the same streets, but I doubt you got better cars. Pick the same beats, but I doubt you got a better bars. Get the same work, but I doubt you could get it all. So fuck with me, I'm a thong.
I'm showing you motivation. Every line of the verse, nigga, is motivating. Take a look at my life, nigga, it's motivation. It's like nothing can stop me, I'm motivated. I'm showing you motivation. Every line of the verse, nigga, is motivating. Take a look at my life, nigga, it's motivation. It's like nothing can stop me, I'm motivated.
I've been there and I did that. Haters hate, that's small fries to a Big Mac. White sands and flip-flops, how I relax. Cause I could've been masked up, letting them cigs clap. My brighter day is just a hideaway. Belly of the beast, playing how the monsters play. Dark side rising, trying to take my light away. And all the while I'm wondering what my moms would say. I had a dream of a better place, where I didn't have to keep that thing up on my waist. No big boss and walk with a limp off, and pitching on them corners, lawyers and bail bondsmen. No more looking over your shoulder. No getting sick from smelling that crack aroma. No more hearing sirens and lights gleam. They scream freeze and you there thinking your life's over.
I'm showing you motivation. Every line of the verse, nigga, is motivating. Take a look at my life, nigga, it's motivation. It's like nothing can stop me, I'm motivated. I'm showing you motivation. Every line of the verse, nigga, is motivating. Take a look at my life, nigga, it's motivation. It's like nothing can stop me, I'm motivated.
Your reign on the top is short like leprechauns as I crush all you whack MCs and rapper thugs. That was refreshing. Yeah. You can catch me in the Mecca, looking so mean. Blue Yankee fitted while I'm chilling with my team. Madison Square on the sideline screaming. Coach put me in and I'm on, now I'm beastin'. Hands in the air, I wanna see you keep 'em high. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep 'em high. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep 'em high. Oh yeah. Yo, you can catch me on the front line, looking like a sergeant. BX, all the way to Jersey, will be marching. SB, Cool D, Mellow, bring the squad in. Call me Ray Moses with the flow that I be parting. Pardon me while I shoot for the art when a nigga draws. I'm Ray Charles, I sharp when a nigga saw. Come on, dog, you can see a nigga paw. Feeling like fuck the world, my emotions too raw. My name rings bells, I'm kicking down your door. Think you super fly, I put you in disguise like a luchador. So international, my thoughts are on tour. Shorty loves the swag, gotta slurp it through the super straw. This shit was hot about a week ago. I'm AC mixed with Zach, you still screeching though. You can hate, you still peeping though. I be running through my old hood, running. Now it's time to get it in, so yeah, I'ma do me. Heard they wanted me to win, so yeah, I'ma do me. Heard you thought that I was slacking, well it's time to do me. Shorty wants that satisfaction, well it's time to do me. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep 'em high. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep 'em high. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep 'em high. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep 'em high. Yeah, fly nigga catch me with a shorty. I'm from the Bronx when my nigga still pop a 40. Puerto Rican call me Barty. Shorty called the dick fat, it's too gaudy. Yeah, this game I'm about to kick got me feeling like some salt that your bitch about to lick. Like some alcohol, I'm about to lick in this bitch. Then I'm out to the store to cop me a soda and the chick gon' still grinding. I bet them red lights make you stop, it's my time. Boy, I've been ticking like a watch, I'ma push the pen. At the end it's all about respect. I'm ahead of minds, how I'm standing on top of next. Wow. Pure bars if you rewind it. Said I'm ahead of mine, I guess I have to remind it. My bad, you had a declining. You wasn't all that, it's time to fall back. rappers know your shit is flapping. Holly bugs, this shit is knocking. They sending shots, I'ma tumble with the blocking. I'm not the type to talk about I pump lead or this money. I'm trying to double up like bunk beds. I'm tired of living life broke, fuck that. This money I must stash like it's under the nose. Hold up. Ray getting funky on them. Let's rock Al Bundy on them, funny on them. I go bananas, I'm a monkey on them. I'm addicted to rap, guess what, I'm a junkie on them. I'm causing riots when the rally starts. And one when I cross lines like tally marks. Ray Pearson, I ain't with the slacking. You can call this satisfaction. Now it's time to get it in, so yeah, I'ma do me. Heard they wanted me to win, so yeah, I'ma do me. Heard you thought that I was slacking, well it's time to do me. Shorty wants that satisfaction, well it's time to do me. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep them high. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep them high. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep them high. Put your hands in the air, I wanna see you keep them high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ray Pearson, welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else? Who else? I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Right. Yeah. Get him now, Boogie. Get him now, Boogie. Get him now, Boogie.
Goddamn, Boogie, where'd you find this?
It's not fault, not move fault. Vibe.
The ghetto law is the law that we live by. Day by day I wonder why my homies had to die. Reminiscing, pouring liquor in these streets. Give it up one time for my homies. The ghetto law is the law that we live by. Day by day I wonder why my homies had to die. Reminiscing, pouring liquor in these streets. Give it up one time for my homies. I'm from a city that these trying to kill me in. The devil throw the hook, now he trying to reel me in. Single mothers raising crack babies, they on crack, baby. Now they wonder why they sign hustle in the trap, baby. I know you gotta get it how you live. So many brothers killed, though they out here doing biz. Brooklyn birthed me, East New York raised me. Brothers getting killed, now they can't support their babies. Damn, I wonder what it's coming down to. You gotta have a strap before they kill your whole crew. On the corner posting, now they got the drop in the plot. Trying to take you down before you make it to the top. Stay humble and stay calm, you moving, you dead wrong. They see you grinding, now they like, what it's here for? Haters turn to infiltrators, time to bring investigators. My raps paint a picture, I could be a demonstrator. It's the ghetto law is the law that we live by. Day by day I wonder why my homies had to die. Reminiscing, pouring liquor in these streets. Give it up one time for my homies. The ghetto law is the law that we live by. Day by day I wonder why my homies had to die. Reminiscing, pouring liquor in these streets. Give it up one time for my homies. I keep my eyes on my enemies and my friends too. Never able to tell what the next man is gonna do. Every time I wake up, I gotta pray up that I never fall or never fail. I gotta stay up, stay 10 toes down. I'm on my pivot. I do this for the people out here. I'm on a mission. I'm with my brothers and they looking like security. Thank you for the love. Shout out to the people feeling me. I'm here to put my city on the map. I do this one for shells and I do this one for black. You know I got my city on my back. I do this one for shells and I do this one for black. Adonis used to look me in the eyes, fighting for his life. You ever seen a baby cry? And I can feel the tears in my eyes. Pouring up the Henny, make a toast to the sky. It's the ghetto law is the law that we live by. Day by day I wonder why my homies had to die. Reminiscing, pouring liquor in these streets. Give it up one time for my homies. The ghetto law is the law that we live by. Day by day I wonder why my homies had to die.
Yeah. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Or I mix that up, but doesn't matter. It's Thursday. Heroes Headquarters, HHPOV, Hip-Hop Point of View. As we untangle our wires, get set and ready to go.
It's like a Rubik's Cube of wires.
We need spills up in here to fix these wires.
Oh, yeah.
Hip Hop Point of View, what's the damn deal?
Yeah.
Introductions.
Bravo, Captain.
Coach.
Sounds good forever. Good.
Fifth Letter Flicks.
Oh,
you can
okay.
find me
Wait a second.
on all social media as Fifth Letter Flicks.
Oh, we got something new.
Or please see me in my other handle, which is Flicks by Fifth Letter.
Oh, wow.
So play it how you want to play it.
Just know that it's Fifth and Flicks in there. That's all.
If you call me in the streets and you don't say the Flicks part, I'm not answering.
So you ignore.
So if you say Fifth Letter and I don't hear Flicks by
God.
Fifth Letter, I'm not answering you.
Oh man, that's.
But just
Shots
jokes.
by Tay.
Shots by Tay. Oh, see, you know what I'm saying? Now it's
Excuse
now
me.
we
No,
all,
no, 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 no.
Come on now.
Now everybody want to be formal.
First it was Coach. Now it is what it is.
Not first.
Shots
It's
by
always gonna
Slims
be.
came first. Shots by Slims was the original. Quarter, what's going on, man? Shout out to Quarter off camera, boogie board action. You know what I mean? Love to see him.
Okay.
But so yesterday,
Yesterday.
what did you feel? How did you feel about Trav as a host? Trav Q, our internet sensation,
Yeah.
social media sensation.
I enjoyed his energy. I think he did a great job hosting it. I think there was, the crowd participation, depending on what artist was performing and who was there in the audience to support that artist. But I think he did a great job.
I need those 3 songs. Matter of fact, we can discuss it now because they're not here yet. Redhead Kingpin has a house song. Do you know that house song, Slims? It's probably this is not your era, Slims. Probably not your era. Do you know what's your name again? Fatima. Do you know?
I forgot about Redhead.
Fatima looks
Kingpin.
like she's 9 years old right
Yeah,
now.
well, she's going to get that Chris Brown.
Black doesn't crack. Okay. Slim said we don't give out our secrets. Staying young. Check it out. Redhead Kingpin. He had a house song because Dr.Ivan was a house head prior. You know what I mean? Growing up. So I'm gonna give him some hip hop and house trivia. So I got the 3. I got the
Redhead Kingpin.
He had a
I
house
forgot.
joint.
Yeah, I know.
He
I
had a
remember the
house
house
joint.
joint. I can't
It was
remember the
hot,
name.
too.
But I forgot about him, bro.
Yeah, I did too.
And he was
myself.
nice.
Yeah, he was nice. So
was
I'm
nice,
going
too.
with Jungle Brothers. Do you know the Jungle Brothers one?
No, I think that was before my time.
You don't know Jungle Brothers?
What is
You know
that,
the Jungle
classic?
Brothers one, Fatima? No.
Is that a classic?
Slims, you know the Jungle Brothers one?
It's a classic.
That's a
What?
classic? Or
It's a
old
classic. They
school?
set it off.
I want
They set it
Slims.
off.
I want Slim's hip hop pass revoked. I want FLO Empire Network disbanded.
It's done. It's done. It's done.
The classic I House You.
Girl, I house you. You
You
in my house
now, my hut. When you're in my hut.
Whoa.
You know what's up.
You can't.
No, that's not it.
No, that's for another piece. Yes. Yeah, that's those sort of technique.
They set it off,
Absolutely.
man. Jungle Brothers set off the house joint.
I think they did.
They set it off.
They did.
As rappers.
You in my hut now.
They
Definitely
did
did.
They
When
set it
you're
off.
in
I
my
don't think
hut.
that was,
But I didn't
There
know
was
that.
nobody doing it before them.
But I didn't know that was a remix
even though Bombada,
to an original.
Bombada,
That wasn't their.
Bombada.
Right.
I know
but
Bombada.
Bombada went into the electric sound.
It was electric
Electro-
sounds, but I don't know if it was house.
No,
but
it wasn't house.
It's electric.
But that was a remix. I didn't know that. It was. I didn't thought that was an original house song, but they actually rhymed on top of an original house song. I'll house you.
But they did. They
Our
did
house.
such
What's
a.
the reference? What does that mean? Our house. Is that
Well,
slang?
if you were from that era, right,
Nobody.
as you are not,
No.
that means I'll house you means I will date you.
Oh, okay.
Right, I will
House,
court
yeah.
you.
I'll court
That's
you.
that's the good way of saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the good way. to say that.
That's the gentleman way.
The polite
I
way.
like that way.
I am
Maybe
a
we should
gentleman.
bring
The
that.
Weinstein way.
I like that.
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. All right, cut my mic off. Sims, cut it.
And
Pull my wire out right there. Pull it out. I want no part of this right now.
I didn't get that
I like
one, so
that.
I rather not.
Yeah, leave it alone.
yeah.
This show ain't that type of time. We ain't on that type of time. This show. I think we should create a hip hop point of view buffoonery division for Brav. He would
Yeah.
love to just
Yes.
go
Oh,
into.
we need one segment of buffoonery.
He would just love to go into that. You know what I mean? And it probably, unfortunately, it would probably get more ratings.
It will win.
But I think
Yeah.
that's the beautiful thing. We don't succumb to that.
Yeah.
But
we're good though. But we can bring up some good news about that. That Jay-Z is going to buy 23% of that.
Like the way he flipped it. See the way he flipped it? Bravo.
Good
Because I do. Because it ain't no good job because I do my research.
I reject your good
Thank
job.
you.
Can't tell
Thank
me
you.
good job before you take shots at me. Because remember, I got you on my list.
Yeah. Before you take shots at me, make sure that you got your vest and your ammo is stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I start shooting, I'm
It's a wrap.
shooting.
Did you see the
Thank you,
It's a
dog.
wrap.
That's that joint. But the you check the Redhead Kingpin one first.
I'm getting to that.
That's gonna be the hardest
The
one.
one thing I hated about house music when it came in was the shoes. Them big.
Oh,
everybody-
the big.
Yo,
the
I
heel.
hated.
The heel was
Oh my god!
Shoes were
And
in them, right?
guys and girls.
Yeah, I know.
And the girls thought they was cute with them. I was like, please take that off.
Girls
don't.
still wear stuff like that.
Nah, it was ridiculous at that time.
Those platforms.
That's before.
Yeah.
Because you had the
heel.
baggy,
baggy pants.
slacks.
But those pants, they were joggers back then, and they're actually in style now. Remember what we were talking about on the train?
We were just talking about
joggers. They were a little bit excessive on the top, but joggers are what they were wearing to get their dance on. You know what I mean? They had
You
to
need
be
the flex. You had
You
the
couldn't be
flex.
playing the wall going to a house party.
Nah, you
like
couldn't.
it was.
Everybody had that. Everybody.
It
had
was full action.
It was good though if you was a guy like and you don't really dance. All you gotta do is sit up against the wall and somebody's up, boy, and you just throw your hands up.
I don't know.
I don't know about that part.
No.
Now,
Well,
how
you
she had
wasn't.
to
You
participate.
don't remember the damn era, so you definitely not gonna remember that
But
part.
no, being on the wall,
She said,
never.
based on the documentaries I've watched.
Yes.
Nah, but it was like that. If you ever went to a house party in the Bronx,
No, not a house party in terms of what you mean, like
No,
like kid and play. House party, like the genre.
Genre house. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
those house parties, you had to get in there and get busy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you weren't. There's no
yeah,
wallflower.
you was leaving with no ribs.
Yeah, and
We had a couple of those. Remember that Fahrenheit?
yeah, I remember Fahrenheit.
Oh my god.
Remember Fahrenheit
They
going in there.
they used to house out all night.
And I remember going to I think it was called Carbon, and turned into Mansion. It
Yeah,
was on like
yeah.
55th and 11th Avenue. It's big house club.
Yeah.
It was used to get it in. But so you didn't answer how you felt about Trav Q. What you thought
Oh, you
about
didn't
him?
ask me.
I didn't ask you.
No.
What you felt about him?
He was good. He was good. He did exactly what he does.
Let me see if this is the song. Hold on. I'm sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think that's it.
Nah, that is.
No, it's a house song. Like it's a like house.
It's not pumping hottie.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's a single.
The hottie party.
Uh-oh.
Get out of that Jeep.
This isn't really house, to be honest.
I don't think so either. I don't think that's it. See if there's any more Redhead Kingpin joints. If not, we might have to scratch it from the list. It won't make the cut.
Redhead Kingpin.
House music.
Do the
house.
right thing.
Do the, it might be.
Was that Do the Right Thing? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but that wasn't house. That's not house.
Oh, this beat's serious.
That was it that you want to talk?
That's not the house joint though.
That was his first single.
Yeah.
Yeah, great
That was the
little
first single.
A-stepping.
That was the jump off.
He had a house joint that was rocking.
Yeah.
Doing the right thing. This time
That was the joint. But it might have to be just those two. You know what you could switch it for? If you don't find it, you could switch it for truffle butter.
Uh-oh. The
'Cause-
old version or the new version
I didn't know there was two. There's two?
of the truffle butter?
Yeah. Because truffle butter has the heavy
Nicki
house.
Minaj?
Yeah.
How about this one?
That's house.
But is that Redhead Kingpin?
No, but this is Ray's.
Nah,
Okay.
it's super trying to hip hop house. Right?
To do that dance.
So all the ones you see
I
there,
think this was like hip hop house, man.
there's no hip hop. Nobody's rhyming on it.
I put Sway. I put the remix I did with
Yeah,
Sway.
you say, then it would be that.
Get it, Bravo. Get it.
But
Hey.
do truffle butter.
The truffle
the
butter.
shit
You
back
mean
Nicki Minaj.
Yo,
It's
I
called
was
truffle
I was
butter.
going back in time just now, bro.
Break for love. Break for love.
about
Don't
the
you
Onyx?
worry.
Hey, you need that Onyx one? Oh no, that's a question. Yeah, I'm done.
You're done. See about that.
He said, "I'm done."
Another one could have been Would you consider? Wait, let me let you find what you found. You found it already?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm going for the truffle butter.
Okay.
The truffle. Hey.
See? Hey. Hey. Dude. See, you didn't think that was a house joint, but it is.
I'ma
Hey.
$250,000 on me right now.
Hey.
Hard to make a song or something other than the money. Two things I'm about
That's
to
the house
tell you,
joint.
staying blooded, pretty women, now you're here.
They actually
Yeah, I hear it. I hear
right
it.
now,
This
You
is
should
now.
all disappear right now. Look at getting all your friends.
So if you could
I love Drake, by the way.
if you could probably find the instrumental, right? Because when we play it for them, we're gonna be like, all right, I know you went to house earlier, so these are some hip hop and
Look, they're
house
listening.
tracks, right?
You want the original? No, that's from
Now with the
From
voice.
What
think
about
was,
CC Music Factory? Didn't they have
That's what I'm
house?
about to say.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's house though.
They did. I think they did
The
have
season.
a house.
I got the power. Doom, doom, boom, boom, boom. I don't know if that's house.
I think it was right after that.
You think that's
It
house?
was right
I don't
after-
think so.
it was
But he's
right
definitely
after.
rhyming. Don't hear that. Don't hear that. Pump the lyric. Pump the lyric. You want to talk about rhyming crazy?
Oh, that. No,
This
that,
dude went
that-
in.
Let me see.
Oh,
Slims,
man.
would you consider CNC Music Factory house? What would you
I
consider?
think
that?
it was right after that.
Like electric.
It's electric.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I mean, this is fairly new.
But is it? Let's see if it's house, hip
This
hop
is
house.
fairly new, and it's a hip hop.
The Kanye one I gave you was house as well.
Oh yeah.
I can be the answer.
Yes.
I'm ready to dance when the vamp up.
They
Then
got
when
the
the
vocals
hit
in here.
get your camera, you can see even that bitch shit.
Oh, that's Ariel. Azealia.
She wants to compete.
They ain't gonna know
and I can
Azealia.
freak with that
But I like that.
You know what
You put that on.
when her weaving. I just
Yeah, the joint is hot.
Track.
Yeah, I like that track.
But
Put the Kanye joint,
Which one?
the fade. That's my joint. You talk about house joint?
How about pump up the jam? Pump it up.
pump it up.
Is there rhyming? I don't know. Yeah, you go.
Oh Lord, we need some
How
vocal
about this
lessons
one? I got a perfect
immediately.
one. I got a perfect one.
We need team
You know what's crazy?
vocal
Because I'm
lessons.
thinking now,
Mm-hmm.
and what happened is when the house music era came in, you had select few of artists that was doing it, but a lot of rappers would just remix it. They would keep the lyrics, but just throw a house track on there. That's House of Pain. That ain't no house. That's House of Pain. That's House of Pain. That ain't no house though.
That was a slight genre of house right there.
That's what they basically did at that time.
I agree with that, and that's the same thing that happened with disco, right? When hip hop started to get those R&B disco beats.
Yeah, they just would just put
Ba-dum,
the
dun, dun,
instrument.
dun,
Yeah, they
dun,
just put the
dun.
instrumental
Yeah,
there,
and they just
and
started talking over
keep
it.
the
Just like the joint with Sugar Hill Gang. The three cats.
Which one?
Bob did what was he? What did he say? What was this? You know the song that Sylvia Thompson.
Up, jump the boogie,
The rhythm to the boogity beat. Yeah. What you hear is not that was
How about this one?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Queen
Absolutely.
Latifah had that joint.
So you see what I'm saying? You see how the hip hop house era was alive and well? You know who else had one? I know who had one too. Now you got me rolling. Heavy
D.
Heavy D had one.
Yeah.
All right.
We got a selection.
I could see Slims now in the club doing
Oh
house.
yeah.
I know this
Clearing
is
the dance
the
floor
flat top to the
out.
ceiling. You
With
see
the same,
Slims
the same outfit with the platform shoes.
right?
Yeah,
With the
same
platform
outfit on
shoes.
right now.
Flat top too high.
Flat top to the ceiling.
He took the top of the hat out.
Yeah,
He just got the.
He had to duck his head in
Ooh.
to come into the party.
You want to have two or just leave
Yeah,
it
give me the half joint. What was it? Now that we found love.
We found love. What are we gonna do
Mm-mm.
with it?
I think it was that one. Don't make me wait.
Anybody? We need
I
vocal
think it was that
training.
one.
With Aaron
Please
Hall?
come through. Oh, Aaron.
Is it?
Hall,
Is it
man.
with Aaron? Yeah, it's with Aaron Hall. So we got our three. We'll do
This is how we do it. Remember that joint?
Yeah, but that wasn't house.
No, I know, but remember that song.
These people are just. What's going on
He
here?
just want to throw on
I
any
don't
record.
understand. He's like, take me to the king. Remember that? I'm sorry. That's the house of the Lord. But that's not
Take
house music. I'm sorry. Look at Millie. Millie ready to boogie board on that.
Hey.
Come on, man. See, that was an era.
We some old
It
people.
was an
man.
era of some joints.
It was some joints. That's what I'm telling you.
It was some joints.
That's where you could turn it up.
Now, what's the clues you're gonna give me so I know which ones I'm gonna turn on? I'm gonna put on.
You don't play the ones with the words because they'll know. So I'll be like, yo.
Yeah, but all of them have the words.
I know, but they don't have instrumentals.
Can't
or you
loop-
know what you
can't
do?
loop it
You know
real
what you do?
quick?
No, you know what
Can't
you
loop
do?
it real quick. You're a producer. Loop it.
Now, this is what you do. You play it. You play it to the point before the words come in, and just cut it off.
I can do that.
Or he can loop it.
You got the Kanye joint.
Shots.
Which one?
Fade it. Put that. That's my joint on some house joint. Clear the room. If that come on and you around me,
It's a rap.
clear the room. Clear the room.
We're gonna play it for the Christmas party this year.
Then clear the room.
I'm playing it.
Let me see.
And I say when I say
I'm
clear the
playing
room, because I'm gonna go get my shoes.
This song?
I'm gonna go get my house shoes.
This song?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm Tiana Taylor. I'm coming out.
Yo, clear.
Tiana Taylor.
Let's clear the room. Let's clear the room.
I'm coming out. Tiana Taylor.
Turn this table over.
You see, E come out.
I'm right on the table.
Can we get the lights dimmed?
I'll be first
Dim
though.
these lights.
With the Calvin Klein shorts, like. I'll be on the table with no shirt and Calvin Klein shorts, and the platform shoes. Only with the platform
paint,
shoes.
spray paint
Wait
abs.
a minute. Didn't New Kids on the Block have a house joint? I think they have
Yo,
one.
this song is legit.
You might be right, but this house joint
You gotta
is
play the
tough.
whole
That's
song,
me
man.
right there.
And you gotta respect Kanye brought it back. Like, look, I'm gonna bring it there.
Yeah.
And I remember a couple of parties I went to in Jersey. Yo, they go to work.
Oh.
It's like they rehearse for these parties when they get
probably
the
do.
footwork going.
They treat
They
it like
footwork is serious.
they treat
Jersey?
it. They treat it the same way like the
No.
battle rappers treat it.
Yeah.
They go to war.
They go to war.
Oh, you.
But
let
so
them in the door?
Sal, so we're gonna do. So we're gonna play some of these hip hop house joints. It's usually like house before, and let me know, see if you know the artist, and then let it play. The Kanye joint, you could probably it's a while before he starts rhyming.
All right, so the one we have from yesterday, which the only one you sent me,
Which is what?
just to be clear, is the neck, footwork, and Lucchini. What's going on with that?
That's for.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
That's for the chiropractors.
Yeah, it's like my neck, my
Practors?
back.
We got
Yeah,
one.
because I think they're physical therapists and chiropractors. So
All right, so we got the Queen Latifah, Kanye West, and the Eric B. Don't Sweat the Technique.
no, that's a good try. We got the Kanye West. What was the second one?
The disrespect.
Thank you, Shantae. Appreciate it. He comes to me last minute with this, and he expects me to, But anyway,
Gotta be on the
let's
board.
get back to it.
Let's get it.
Let's get back to it. All
I'm
right.
neutral.
So Queen Latifah.
Switzerland.
Just want to leave Shantae out when you said disrespect.
No, I'm
You
neutral.
blew it. But now it is also over for you now. So now you have two targets on your back. That's okay. That's when you want to live your life like that. So the first one was
I got Queen Latifah, Kanye West,
and
Eric B.
and Jungle Brothers.
Jungle Brothers. Where's that one at?
I'll house you. The Don't Sweat the Technique, My Neck, My Back, and Lucchini is for the doctors.
All right, so that's over there.
That's I'm gonna reference that for
How about
some
the
of my
Eric B?
questioning. That's for the doctors.
Not part of the house.
No, not part of that.
All right, so
It's
that
part
goes
of the
over there.
home.
Got it.
So we're good to go.
It's part of the building.
Still
I think we're good to go.
Have you ever been to the chiropractor?
No, I haven't. That's one of the questions I have.
Oh, okay.
That rumor has it. It's not necessarily one of those fields that people feel is a doctor field. So that's a good question.
I do. Hey, man.
You been to the chiropractor?
I have.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was hurting, your neck or your back?
By the way, that song is super raunchy.
You should have do the beat.
See, this
over when he
is
said that, bro.
this is why. See, you gotta know where the music director head is at, and he'd have been like, my neck, my back. He'd have put it in, bang. But we're working, we're learning it,
My
Bravo.
back.
You know what's the crazy part? If this would have
Sal
been
is
sent to
just-
me yesterday, That would have been so on cue. But being that the trivia director brings these
trivia director
brings these trivias last minute on show at that. He doesn't even call me like an hour earlier.
I love the way
on the show.
I love the way he's looking at Fatima right now. Right. If Fatima's looking at him, nodding her head like, "Oh yeah, sure for you." Yeah. But Fatima, I have a question for you. Ask him when did he tell me to do trivia. Ask him when did he change the format and say, you know what, let's do trivia. You want to ask him that? No, she doesn't want to get over. Yesterday, the same time when I told her to do the songs because that's what he asked me to do. Is that correct, Sal?
Why would you do songs?
But now you want to change my trivia.
Why would you do songs?
I don't care what type of trivia you do, E. Just make it the easiest on me. Right?
That's been the thing for eons, baby.
You could be the trivia director, but make trivia that's easy on a music director. I ain't got to tell you that.
Oh, man.
So I'm trying to come up with ideas last minute. And this is what we got. So
No, it was my back. It was during when I was running track.
To fail.
Yeah.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. But remember,
My back was hurting.
diamonds are made
From pressure.
from pressure.
Mm.
Right? So let's take
Diamonds.
this coal,
When
this
I'm rocking
coal
with ya.
that Bravo, Shantae, E, and Sal are, this 4 pieces of coal, and make it diamonds, music director.
Ooh.
Make some diamonds over there. Make it work.
That used to be my nickname in college.
You know what? I'm tired of these lying stories.
No, I swear to God.
Pay for school?
Yo, no.
What you auditioned for Players Club? You did the play? You did the musical play in college? Yeah, we reenacted for the homecoming. We reenacted Players Club. Guess who played Diamond?
Me and my
Yours truly.
Me and my group of friends, we just called ourselves the Diamonds.
The Diamonds?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like a princess cut? Was there a carrot?
No, it wasn't that explicit.
No? Was there a Sierra Leone one?
We all had our different personalities, so I guess we could have done that, but
It's just the Diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. You know, I think about, names that I've called crews I used to run with. Right? So interesting. What did you call your crew back in the day?
Check this out.
40 bums.
40 bums?
No, 40 bums. Remember that?
40 bums.
For you brothers. And it was.
Wait a second.
We was
40
rappers.
bums.
You guys were going far.
And we was rappers and DJs, and it was for you brothers using massive skills.
For your brother.
Oh,
Okay.
for you bums.
Still remember.
I still like for you bums.
I still remember. And we had
I
the
like
jackets
40
made.
Oh, really?
We had
Jackets.
jackets made and all that. Remember
I like-
when
I didn't have jackets.
everybody when we was doing the painting the jackets and the rhinestones. And
I like
everything?
40
Oh.
bums. I like 40 bums.
I like 40 bums too.
Yeah. It just has an interesting ring to it. Sal, you had a crew that you were in many crews. I remember.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of them, man.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Could you give us one?
I don't know.
The Concourse Kids.
Ooh, I like that one.
Concourse boys, man.
Yeah. CCB. Yeah.
CCB.
CCB.
Yeah, I was part of other crews.
Yeah,
like,
you wasn't allowed down on the Ave though.
There was that on
There
Valentine.
wasn't allowed down on the
Not on
Ave.
CCB was
Valentine.
allowed on Valentine. I was out with many crews. The Honor Society.
Oh, yeah, right. The Honor Society.
I was down with.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
I was down with Community Watch. So many crews I was down with, and I felt they were
Habitat
better
for
crews.
Humanity.
Red
get it.
Cross,
The Red Cross crew.
Shield,
Okay.
just different things. You know what I mean? We were deep though. I give you that.
40 bums.
We
40 bums
weren't
deep.
as scary as For You Bums and Diamonds and the Diamonds.
Diamonds.
We didn't call it
Then
that much drama.
we started calling each other Layla only because of a reference made by Michael Blackson, and he had it was like a movie. I don't even know what the name of the movie was, but it was pretty funny. And he was supposed to go on a blind date, which I've never done before. But the girl came out, and her name was somebody, and it was like Layla Ali or something. So it's pretty interesting.
So Layla.
Layla.
Yo, why we don't have no
Diamonds.
background music? What's up?
I don't know.
Nah, no background music. What's going
We
on?
got a
man?
musical dark MD.
We got a musical director and a station manager, and we're empty.
for you.
And we're emptied right now. What's going on, man? What's going on? That's how I feel right
40
now.
Bums. I like that name, actually.
It was, man. I remember all my stuff when I was.
And y'all had jackets. Who came up with that idea?
Me.
You?
Because
did y'all spray paint? Which y'all?
We spray painted and painted.
What is it called? Did you tag? Tag.
Nah, we did. We was the ones doing the. We was. Let me. I don't know, Tay, if you'll believe, but we were so ahead of our time.
I'm sorry. I probably would believe. Go ahead.
We was designing. We was putting. Remember June? Getting his Timberlands custom made with the tassels and straps. Timberlands didn't even have straps. We was putting straps on Timberlands and everything. We was on a whole nother level of just being creative.
Wow. Tassels on your Timberlands.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, man, Cass was fresh back then.
We was beyond.
Tassels. How many tassels did you have?
I don't think she.
He said
would,
he made.
I don't think she would have knew
on his Timberlands.
how advanced, creative we was when we was younger.
Wait, we
was
were
beyond our time.
I don't know what made us, and when I think about it too, that little area between 196 Valentine, let's say Briggs, that little area, just some amazing stuff that came out of just 2-3 blocks.
I was the first one with the A solos with the yellow laces. Ooh. Nobody in their mother had those. Man.
You created it.
And then I had to kill him and go get
the shoulder.
The red suede Trezettas.
Trezettas was crazy.
Them shits was $275.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
$275 and 90 what? 95?
94 we was doing 300 at shoes at that time.
I'm gonna tell you something. As disgusting as we were chasing fashion and not chasing anything probably progressive, the Trezetta boots were.
I have to look these up.
They were some of the most amazing pieces of footwear I've ever seen in my life.
Were they comfortable?
Yeah.
Did they have an arch?
I don't know about that, but they were incredible. They were just.
Can you run in them? What if
As you keep on asking things that have nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
The way
I'm trying to imagine in my head how are they boots? Are they sneakers? I don't know.
They were boots.
Boots, okay,
Straight
boots.
They were like hiking boots.
Okay, or like ACGs.
Sort of a very advanced version.
Okay. Definitely hiking boots.
Yeah, ACGs kind of like tried to mimic what.
Okay.
And these were like official hiking boots, like not no.
You would have to go to specialty stores to get them. Those type of boots.
You couldn't even go to a regular store, a Jimmy Jazz or Dr. J.
Tent Trails.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tent Trails.
Paragon.
At that time.
Patagon. Isn't Patagon?
No, it was
Paragon.
Patagonia was in line.
Yeah.
Right.
And these I didn't have enough money to get them, but every day that him and my other boy, shout out to Anthony Bedford, he had them as well. Every time they wore them, I wanted to just chop their feet off. They were just incredible. The reactions on the streets, they were phenomenal.
Nobody was afraid that maybe if you wore them?
No, I think people were in awe before they wanted to steal them. They just wanted to
look at it
first. What they were, where they got them from, what the hell.
To this day, if somebody wore them right now, to this day, it would still get the same reaction.
Because the colors was
the colors, the style, just moment in time. A boot that had a moment in time, and nobody ever duplicated it since. I don't even think people tried. It was a beautiful boot. But there was so back to creatively, there was just some amazing people in that area. You're talking about musically, fashion wise, ideas in terms of what should come out. Like what type of little gadgets should come out. Yeah, it was just an amazing group, and it also makes you think about the talent that these communities have. Because we're not going to sit here and think our community was special.
We're the only one. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was just, our culture has some amazing ways of processing things. So
that's very true.
I'm going to be honest, though, man. I haven't really seen any crews like all the youngins doing what we did.
Absolutely not.
I disagree. Because if you look at, for example, the talent that came out of Queensbridge alone. Just Queensbridge. The talent that came out of there is phenomenal.
It was crazy. I think.
And that's just one area. There's other areas around New York. I'm pretty sure New York specifically where it's like.
Nah, you had it. There was places that had it, but I think we went out our way to make sure that what we was getting, nobody else was having.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
man.
we went out our
I
way.
didn't really
Like we went out our way to make sure. That
nowadays,
you would
cats.
never,
I mean, there's
today,
cats that get fresh, but there's like
they mimic
what they have. You will see another person with it. Maybe they'll wear it a little better.
Yeah.
But they'll have the same color that the other person have. And it's just.
I agree with that, but you know what else too that this era doesn't have that we had, and it's always a cycle. You know how when we started coming in to wearing our stuff and buying our own clothes, the hip hop era was just leaving army stuff. Just army fatigue and hoodies.
I love the army fatigue.
And champion sweaters and sweatsuits. That's the era we were coming out of. So it was wide open. Yeah. It was wide open. If you were a Brooklyn cat, right? You were just wearing polo. Right? If you were from Queens, you was rocking Carhartt. Yeah. And if you was from uptown, you was wearing, champion and army fatigue, and that was just you. So that era was wide open. So ski wear, nautical wear, all type of sneakers. It was motorcycle wear. It was
Vansons.
It's just the whole era. Then it became
soccer jerseys.
It became
football jerseys.
Not motorcycle wear, but vintage like cowboy wear. Like remember those coats that had the Sal in them used to wear.
And then it even went to the motorcycle. Remember the whole suit when you was rocking the racing jerseys with the pants?
Yeah, but that era was introduced with Vanson. So once Vanson came out, it was already there. So then it was a wide open.
Yeah,
you could go wherever you wanted to go. Then it just stopped. Then it just got populated with that. So this era is kind of there right now. You don't know we're in the same era where everything is just the same thing.
Yeah. But to us it's a repeat. To them it's new.
I don't see us wearing what they're wearing now.
Absolutely not.
I don't see us wearing what they're wearing now.
I don't even see them. I don't even know if they see what they're wearing now.
What era would you say is right now? What's popping that you see?
Right now, you can see everything is focused on. Right now, everything is focused on like name brand. Right, it's not even about style at this point.
Yeah,
and all the name brands put together.
$1,000 boots, the $1,000 shirts.
They're not even putting it together.
Yeah, they didn't even put it together.
They're just wearing it.
You're wearing Gucci, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton in one outfit.
Yeah, they're not even putting it together. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But there's a significant older crowd in hip hop that you see in like suits, tuxedos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they're in that space too, where they kind of like they get dressed up. They have companies, they have meetings. So that's one era doing that, and then the other era is just wearing whatever's expensive. Whatever's expensive.
That's sad.
And then you got a couple, 2 or 3 that's in the conscious, and it's just t-shirt, regular.
Yeah.
Dreads. You know what I mean?
J. Cole.
So the style, who knows when style will come back? You know what I mean? I don't think that's, and plus a lot of the brands have inserted themselves into hip hop, so you can't even think for yourself because they're already on you.
Yeah.
You pop and they on you. Like, yo, wear this, wear that. And then you get free clothes.
Yeah. So you don't care.
I don't know if we weren't, a lot of those rappers weren't getting free clothes. They were going to the spot and getting that particular item. You know what I mean? That particular company wasn't reaching out to a Nas
to wear it.
Yeah, they wasn't reaching out to a Nas. They wasn't reaching out to a Kane.
If you got anything free, pass it to Coach Hallett.
It is what it is.
I'll wear it.
But shout to that. But we got first I want to acknowledge Dr. Hilario's here.
The doctor's in the house.
And we always want to celebrate our guests who come early. It's in this business, coming early is very rare. So we want to shout out.
He's a doctor. He got to be early just in case.
I thought doctors just come whenever they want to come.
No.
What if he has surgery
After the beeper era.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get there when I get there.
Wait, you put him to sleep? Yeah, I'm gonna be running. I'm around half hour late.
Think about it.
He's just beginning to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the phone era, you don't even got to be there. The phone era, you just all right. FaceTime me.
Yo,
Okay.
no, that happened.
Cut that.
Cut
Plug.
that.
Stick your finger. Plug that
Oh
hole.
my God,
Plug that hole.
happened to me.
See that vein? Yeah. What? You don't need
So
that.
you said that happened to you?
Yeah, what hospital is in Harlem? Remember when I was sick a couple of weeks ago and you told me to go?
Harlem
I tell you to go
No.
to Columbia Presbyterian.
Yeah.
That's what I tell you.
And I mean, a lady
The
was
Heights.
there, a nurse, but the computer screen came on and a doctor came on, and I was like, I was creeped out about it. And she was like, "Oh no, this is how we're trying. We're trying something new. He's doing, he has some days when he comes in and some days when he's
When he
home.
works from home.
And I'm like, you know what's wrong with me from looking through the screen? And so he said, describe my symptoms, and he talked to me, and I was like, wow, this is out of control.
You know what?
It was the first time it's ever happened. She was trying to tell me to relax because I was so like, I cannot believe this is happening.
That might be the future.
No, it is the future.
It is the future.
It is the
sense.
future.
It makes sense.
You won't even have to leave your house one day. You know,
That makes
It
sense.
is the future.
I couldn't believe it.
Dr. Hilario, we're going to get you on because we got an hour.
Right now.
Yeah, so let's see what happens as they come in. We'll figure it out. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
so was it Dr. Hilario? That was
No, I don't think so.
So that was me. I was trying it.
He sat in the back. He turned around. He was like,
So check your mic. Good. There you go. Go
Speaking
into
to-
it.
How's it
Good.
going?
We got it.
Hey,
you know, hey, I feel good. I'm smarter than that
He's
doctor.
like,
right
he's
now.
like,
It goes to the mic.
he was
right?
like, take 2 and call me in the morning. Yeah, it works.
I'm good. Paging, Doctor. So, Doctor, thank you for joining us. First of all, were you coming from work? Did you leave Did you leave anything to come to us?
No, I actually get out earlier on
Okay.
Thursdays. I did pick up some stuff for a race I'm doing, a half marathon this weekend.
Oh,
So
Oh,
yeah,
on
Saturday,
Saturday.
that's
right?
right. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm going to be
know
in,
about that.
in
Okay.
Brooklyn doing that for World Vision.
Okay.
It
A couple
is.
of coworkers doing that.
Yeah.
So get into what field you're in.
I'm a chiropractor. I've been a chiropractor for 13 years now. It's a great career. You get to help people. You get to establish relationships with them. You see them regularly, so you get to know them and what's going on with their lives. So you do a lot more than fix them with their back.
So your neck, your back, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. That was your cue. But anyway, so
I was going to throw it, but I thought it was part of the truth. So,
here's a question. Now, Western medicine for chiropractic, right? Do you lean towards that? But I know there's a lot of back east ideas on chiropractic. So what do you use?
More Western. I mean, chiropractic, if you go to a chiropractor, it's kind of like going to a barber. You know, you're going to get your hair cut, but it's going to be a little bit different with every barber.
Absolutely.
And you're going to like certain things with different hairstylists.
now, pardon me for interrupting, but is there such a word as chiropractic?
Chiropractic or chiropractor.
Got you.
No ing.
So you're trying to
Thank
tell
you,
me that?
Thank you.
So this
So
grandma.
you never heard chiropractic?
In all my years of chiropractor,
In all your years of chiropracticing, you never heard chiropractic. Is that what we're gonna look that up. If you could did you look?
No,
it up?
I didn't
Did
look
we-
that up at all. I just,
Dr. Hilario, I just want to say there is a hidden agenda to attack me at any
No.
moment, and anybody can get attacked. So just want to keep you aware. So now, have you ever performed a chiropractic function and hurt someone?
No,
Wow.
that's something that comes up quite a bit. I'm not so sure why we get such a bad rap, but we actually have the lowest malpractice when it comes to providers. And there's increased risk of doing anything. I mean, you get in your car and there's a chance something might happen. You're taking over-the-counter medication. Some studies found that over 16,000 deaths are caused just by taking over-the-counter meds.
Wow.
Wow.
So
over the counter.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
over-the-counter stuff without a prescription. So when you think about chiropractic, it's actually very, very safe.
So how do you? Because you do take X-ray before you get into it. Do you? How?
A lot of times it depends
Okay.
on
So
what's
you
going
can
on.
see what's
yeah,
wrong.
if it's
Okay.
very black and white, we won't do X-rays. But if you want to look into it some more, I take X-rays on a lot of my patients, but not all.
Okay. Now the massage field. right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that on the
Great.
side?
I do a lot of soft tissue work. I do,
Okay.
I teach my patients exercise. So there's some gray lines. I mean, some patients come to me and ask for a massage, and I'll do some work on them. Chiropractic is specifically restoring motion to the spine, taking pressure off of the nervous system, allowing your body to function the way it's supposed to. When you think about the nervous system, it actually controls everything. So the first organ to form in your body is your nervous system, your brain, and your spinal cord. And it controls everything from your heart, your lungs, your digestive system. Sometimes there's pressure on the nerves that go to your digestive system, for example, and that could affect the way your digestive system functions. So people think chiropractic and they're thinking,
Spine.
car accident, back pain, neck pain, but it's a lot more than that.
That's
So so right now, if you look at Bravo, right, kind of one of the worst posture of all of us. Could you crack them into shape right now to stand like a young man? Could you?
Oh my God.
Well, we would go over, what's going on in terms of the muscles, if there's any imbalances there. We'll talk about posture. Posture is a big deal because over time we develop what's known as forward head posture. When your head goes forward, we spend a lot of time on our cell phones, our computers, laptops, and for every inch that your head goes forward, actually increases pressure on the spine by an additional 10 pounds.
Whoa.
So that could cause damage to the discs.
Back it up.
That could cause pressure on the nerves, arthritis. But yeah, posture.
Yeah,
posture's
I heard
big.
that they say now, like, instead of try to use your cell phone with the hands
Sitting up.
raised because of those pressures.
You need to create a neck brace holder for cell phones then.
There you go. This is that amazing stuff we were talking about. That our community comes up, the creative ideas from that community.
Oh man,
for real.
Hey doctor, what is that? I guess sickness or disease or whatever it is when your spinal cord is a little
when it curves.
Osteoporosis?
Scoliosis.
Scoliosis. That's what it is. Okay. Scoliosis.
Okay.
And how does that come about?
Well, there's different types of scoliosis. There's idiopathic, which means we don't know what caused it. Some people are just born that way. There's structural scoliosis, which means there's a problem with the bones itself in the spine, the way they developed, and it's caused the curvature. And then there's scoliosis that's caused by trauma. So a car accident, there's imbalances in the muscles. Your muscles get tighter on one side, they shift the spine out of whack. So different things could cause it.
Okay.
Oh, man. It's scary when you learn about stuff.
Yeah.
Then you start like
it's looking at yourself like I'm terrible. I'm a poor specimen.
I'm like, my head is 2 inches forward.
So we're gonna get to some meaty questions now.
Sure.
Okay. First, why did you choose chiropractic? A chiropractor.
I chose chiropractic.
Chiropractic.
When I was in undergrad, I always knew I wanted to get into healthcare. I was leaning towards becoming a pediatrician. And then I started shadowing different doctors. And this one particular chiropractor I got to shadow was doing amazing things. And the way his patients embraced him, they were hugging him and, just really grateful and instant gratification. And he had really good hours. He wasn't, he wasn't on call. He wasn't in the hospital. He wasn't doing all that.
Was
stuff
was that like top list right there?
That was
scheduling.
That was important. That was
Scheduling
important.
number one. He was like,
absolutely.
You want to have a family. You want to, get some sleep. That's important.
So now the next question is: do you love what you do?
I do.
Okay. So now that you put that disclaimer out, you can't go back.
Okay.
The questions change. So if you love, when you say you love what you do, as you were shadowing this doctor, what made you say, I want to learn about like these chiropractic, the anatomy? Was like, what made you fall in love with that information, that part of the body?
Well, one of the things that I saw was the way his patients responded to him, but also after shadowing him, he said, have you ever been adjusted? And I said, no. He said, well, get on the table. He adjusts me. And I felt amazing. I mean,
adjusted. This is like a car going into.
That's a term the chiropractors use. When it means they've restored motion to your spine.
Wow.
And it felt
tune-up?
Great.
Like a tune-up?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes people will compare it to a tune-up. But it felt amazing, and I couldn't describe it. It was intense, so I wanted to learn more.
Oh, wow.
So, like,
go on.
When you first
got adjusted, so you were a virgin. You were a virgin too.
Like when you first got your degree and everything, and you earned this position, this title now. was there women coming on to you like, oh, I need my back adjusted and things like that?
That happens.
Because it's a free. It's free.
Well,
What's free?
Well, it's to speak
To get your
Like
back
it's
adjusted?
free. Yeah, like if you're going out with him, it's free. Like you expect that to come in with the date. Like my back is.
Wow.
Can you,
Dr. Hilario, these are two
Excuse me.
different questions.
No.
One question is about your relationships in life.
Yeah.
Do you back adjust? Is
Nah,
that-
yeah.
You adjust the women.
have you ever
Adjust
used
it.
it to your advantage?
Well, if I'm in a relationship, I will treat my significant other.
treat her
Whoa.
to some adjustments.
But you I mean,
political
obviously
correct
you want to keep that separate. A lot of
Yeah.
times they recommend that you send your significant other to another professional for
Yeah.
obvious reasons. But when you're touching people all day long, they get a connection with you, and
that's very true.
They do approach you.
And as a woman, right? Have you ever felt like, you know what? I need my back adjusted. I need a tune-up. I'm sorry. Fatima, have you
Yes.
ever felt like you needed?
I felt like that. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
See, Fatima was like, wow.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
You come in. Oh, hey, what's going on?
Rest of the team.
How we doing? How we doing?
What's going on, guys?
They hiding? Oh, look.
Let's talk about the schedule. We want to get to the schedule. We're jumping in on Dr. Hilario real quick. Okay. All right. So we're gonna give him about.
She said she needed an adjustment.
So we're gonna give him about.
Woo. See.
Want to give him maybe about like 5 more minutes. Yeah. Get you in, and then we'll close with the team back there. Or you want to get on with them?
That sounds good. You know what? I brought something and I left it in the car.
So you want to go get that?
Could someone get it?
Is it a table?
I know,
To be
table.
adjusted?
I need to be adjusted.
Okay. So if someone could get it, does that affect the schedule?
Jesus.
All right. Perfect. So you said you were helping your significant other, right? You would do it. You recommend that you go to someone else.
Yes.
Right.
Would
And
you-
now, as a
Okay.
woman, do you feel like that's something you would like?
To be adjusted?
Yes.
Yes.
Chiropractically.
Yeah, I think it's good. You know, I think it's healthy for the body. And once in a while, sure.
Now, do you look at the man who was doing that to you, or woman, right?
I feel like it depends. Like if somebody knows what they're talking about, I feel like I would say, okay, can you crack my back, or you know, can you adjust me?
It's
But if
not
somebody,
crack.
What is
adjust.
it?
Adjust. I'm sorry. Adjust my back. Then I would say, okay, if they knew. But if I'm like, oh, my back hurts, and someone's like, let me adjust you, and then I'm like, wait a second, I don't want to get hurt because I know the risk of that, and I'm like, no.
So do you give like samples?
I don't.
Oh my
I
God.
don't.
Do you?
Sample.
Are there people like, let me see how you feel first. Let me see how you move.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I'll examine you. I'll do a complete history
Okay, wow.
examination to determine
See?
if you're a candidate for chiropractic care. You don't want somebody who's just willing to jump and start twisting and pushing against your spine. I mean, that can hurt you.
Okay.
There's an underlying issue, osteoporosis, cancer, or something significant.
We don't want those.
You don't want to push.
Yeah,
to
you
the
don't.
spine.
No, okay. So now, as a child growing up, right? How do you know that your mind and
He had to adjust his
body
back.
is ready for that type of medical field? Like, how did you know? Was it 5th grade, 10th grade that you know I'm ready to go into medicine?
3rd grade.
I was actually 7 years old when I realized I wanted to go into healthcare.
So did you like adjust someone's back at 7?
No, I wasn't interested in chiropractic until undergrad.
Okay.
But I always wanted to help people.
At 7 years old. Wow. And what was it a significant moment? Did it lead up to that?
I just remember being that age when I decided what I wanted to do.
That's so cool,
Oh, that's
man.
so cool.
To get it young.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Second, 3rd grade.
It's kind of 2nd grade.
Yeah, second
Is
grade.
it to study? Is it the same length as a regular doctor? Or
It's
how
very
long is it?
similar. I mean, we do pre-med, and then we go into chiropractic college, which is another 4 years. We do 10 trimesters, so it's 3 semesters per
semesters,
year in
yeah.
essence, so a little over 3 years.
So are your hands insured?
I have malpractice insurance.
And is it to the point where like you're using elbows as well?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you do like tricks? Are you using like a shoulder blade? Like
We'll use some tools, soft tissue instrumentation,
Okay.
Cupping. We stretch our
I like
patients.
cupping. Yeah, what's
How-
the
yeah.
deal with
Cupping is
cupping?
good.
It's cupping.
I've
yeah.
seen it, but
It's-
I don't
that's
really
good.
get the deal of it.
In essence, it's a cup, and there's a suction, so it kind of stretches your
Oh,
muscle,
okay.
increases circulation to the area, stretches the fascia.
Yeah, I've seen some athletes having.
Is it done, and you do it and you heat it up though? Because I've had it. I had it done last.
Yeah,
I think last year, the beginning of
Rob was
last
like
year.
yesterday,
So-
actually.
No, I had it done.
The tool that I use doesn't require heat, but
Yeah.
originally it was done with heat. Yeah.
Okay. Before we get into just we have one trivia hip hop question for you
Mhm,
guys.
sure.
Ivan's our guy, so we didn't want to put you under pressure. He did very bad when he came before. So we do one for each cat, right? So where is chiropractor going now? The field. What's next on the horizon for them?
Well, I mean, we're everywhere.
Repair
I
backs.
mean, we're all over the world. We're with NFL teams, NBA teams, all sports teams, athletes,
Teachers.
Hip hop stars use chiropractic as well.
So now it's really moving into like the general part of wellness.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
tell you this
Is
one.
it-
I'll tell you one thing. He sure won't be FaceTiming. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Is it like what is too much? Because I know like some people say, oh, you get a massage too much, or you go to chiropractor. Like, have you heard that?
I don't know if there's such a thing. I mean, sometimes people say, well, you eat healthy too much, or you work out too
Yeah.
much. Is there such a thing? I think if it's good and it works for you,
Okay.
go for it.
But on an
Absolutely.
average, if somebody says, "Can you adjust my back 6 out of the 7 days of the
Like, are they
week?" Would you
going to
say
you
like,
every day?
"Okay,
Is that
wait"?
too much?
Well, it may not be
Maybe you
necessary.
have some
It may
issues.
not be necessary. Usually, when you go to a chiropractor, you'll start doing it 3 times a week because it's
Okay.
a matter of retraining your muscles, retraining your joints, correcting the posture. And that's usually sufficient.
Okay.
And
That's pretty cool.
And you had a question?
No, I just wanted to mention
Oh.
that Tom Brady uses that soft tissue
Mhm.
for practice. He doesn't
Yeah.
work out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he just uses that
That
soft
makes sense.
tissue and
Especially in his
everything to
age.
stretch.
In his
Yeah.
age.
When Diddy was doing Run the City, he was
Oh,
using
okay.
a chiropractor. Michael Jordan used a chiropractor. Just about anybody you could think of.
So and this is a question I usually ask anybody in the medical field. Do you look to more get your patients to come in and get the work, or you're more about how they can at home treat themselves as well in terms of a self-heal?
Well, you want to do a transition. You want to initially help them out, kind of hold their hand, teach them. A lot of what we do in the office, I work with Dr.Ivan, Dr. Hernandez, and a lot of it is education. I mean, we're here to educate people. He's always on different TV shows educating people. I mean, that's mostly how we want to practice. We want people to be able to help themselves.
Fantastic.
Fantastic,
Just fantastic.
yeah.
So we have a question for you, right? Hip hop question. Trivia. You got the trivia ready? The jingle? Is the jingle ready?
I hope
The
so.
jingle.
Okay.
So wait, before you start, Dr. Ivan knew this was coming and didn't warn me.
Of course not. Of course not. He's not
No,
supposed to
he's
do
not
that.
supposed to know.
Then you'd have studied.
Oh, we might
a
have
doctor.
to adjust him.
We have, yeah.
Another way.
Have a
He's
talk
like,
after
I'll
this.
remember that after our next workout, Dr. Ivan. So,
I'm hoping I'm right with this one.
wait,
Oh man.
do you want to play the
Wait.
jingle first or just go right into the question? The trivia jingle. Are you going to go into your jingle?
Oh God.
Let's do it.
Okay.
No.
It settles the mind, gets you into hip hop mode, right? These are the psychological factors, right?
Bring it in.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So we're going to go.
I love it.
Let me just be clear what he's playing first.
I'm glad
We
you're
need a
doing
moment,
this.
yeah.
I'm glad
We
you're
need a
doing this.
moment.
Like this for now on. Is there any
Got 4.
correct chairs for sitting?
You want to have support. So you want to have support in your low back or your lumbar spine. So you always want to use some support there. No specific chair, but if you have no back support, you want to sit up straight and use your muscles to maintain that curvature.
We need a new chair.
Nah, I'm just want to know.
Bravo.
I might have to change chairs.
I mean, we might have to talk to Slims about these aren't the right chairs
Slim,
for
this
us.
is not the right chair for me.
All right.
Are these good
I need to get
chairs? I think these
adjusted.
are good chairs.
Are these chiropractic
They're not
approved?
ergonomically
These are
correct.
okay.
Would you
These
approve
are-
this?
These all right?
'Cause we,
Okay.
I think he does.
we
He
will
likes
stand
it.
the rest of
Yeah.
the show
I
at
was
this
thinking-
point.
We will stand.
The new information we got, Fatima,
We're gonna be standing.
we'll be standing. Right. All right. So you play this.
My neck, my back, lick my just like that. My neck, my back, lick my just like that. My neck.
It's the raunchiest song I've ever heard in my life.
My life.
That lick
Dr.
part is
Hilario,
a whole nother
are you
adjustment.
familiar with that song?
I am familiar with it.
He's
What
like,
chiropractor would not be?
he's like, I play every time.
Do you know who sings that song?
I don't remember the
Okay.
name, no.
I'll give you this as the trivia. It comes from
Woo. My neck, my back right now.
trivia? No, but close.
Oh, no.
There are 3 regions I'm going to give you, right? One of them is Houston. One of them is Atlanta. The other one is L.A. Okay? Her name is Kia.
Or Kaya. but-
Kaya. I'd say Kia. Kaya. What region is this song from?
Atlanta.
You say Atlanta.
Yeah.
Why do you say Atlanta?
He's like, Sal was like, this is the most raunchiest
I
song
had a
ever. He's
convention
like,
over there.
Atlanta.
And I know.
Atlanta.
Why do you say Atlanta?
I adjusted
Just
it. Kaya.
It's just a guess. It
Just a
has
guess.
that feel.
It is Atlanta.
It's Atlanta.
Good job.
Good job.
It has that dirty South feel.
Yeah, he's like, it's
Yes,
raunchy.
it is Atlanta. Good job. We appreciate you coming out.
Awesome.
Do you have social media?
I do.
Okay. What is your? You could tell the audience.
Yeah,
social.
you could find me on Instagram under Westchester_Cairo.
Oh, I saw you today.
Okay.
Westchester, Cairo.
Cairo.
Okay.
Cool.
I
All
saw
right.
you today.
Again, we're gonna take some pictures. So please don't.
Awesome.
Don't go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere. You gotta take some pictures, some promos. We're gonna now pass. It's gonna be a pass to your next teammate,
Sounds
right?
good.
The medical dream team. Pass it on.
Baton
All right.
pass.
Let's get it, Dr. Ivan in
Dr.
here.
Ivan.
No, he's gonna do him.
one?
And then we're gonna do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, Dr. Ivan, nice to see you again.
What's up? It's a pleasure to be here.
This is
I like the new studio.
Yeah, this is very nice. This is courtesy of Slims. All right.
Thank you.
Slims the bank doing his job.
Well, stupid tiny, right?
So I know things have we've added some additions. Right. This is our new host, Shantae.
Hello.
Hello, Shantae.
Nice to meet
Pleasure
you.
to meet you.
Coach Hallett, as she's known in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Shots by Tay. Shots by Tay.
You know, Bravo. You know, Sal.
Well, actually, I wasn't there when you came last
Oh, he
time.
wasn't
I was
there?
That's
absent.
right.
Oh, okay.
This
All
Guy
right.
here.
Yeah.
Who was you there for?
What?
Shots.
Shots.
Cut his mic.
Please.
So I see there's a new book.
Yeah.
You have out. Courage to Continue.
Amen.
Did you sign a copy for us?
I sure did. This
Okay.
is your copy,
Okay.
and I have an extra one
Okay.
for the studio.
That is
I'll
perfect.
make it out to hip hop
Point of view.
point of view. That's
Absolutely.
right. POV.
And we'll read it as a
Thank
team.
Yeah, that's right. Just pass it
Read it
along.
as a team.
Pass it along.
Chapter
along.
1, Chapter
We-
2.
Every
summarize-
show we're gonna
we
read.
can-
We're
yeah,
gonna
we're gonna
read.
read it out
We can
loud.
conference. We can conference
It'll
call.
change your life.
We'll do a conference call and we'll read out every chapter.
It'll
So-
change your life.
So, and not to get into the meat and potatoes of the book, but the title is a very profound title.
Yeah.
So, what didn't you have the courage to continue? But it looks like you have now.
It's interesting. I remember sitting on my kitchen table, or at my kitchen table, and I already had written the book, and I was devising a title, and I'm like, what am I going to say? And I need something powerful.
Move
And-
into the mic.
Oh,
and the
okay, you don't
camera's
hear
there.
me? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I just thought back and, thought about all the things that I had gone through, all the tough times, the vicissitudes of life, and courage came to mind. And I wanted a word or that letter to be the same letter as the first word. So I was looking for a C. And I'm like, what, courage. Courage is great. And then it finally came to me, literally within 2-3 minutes, courage to continue. I was on the phone with my agent, Dr. Celicia Thompson.
Absolutely.
She said, there you go. You got it. You got to go with
a big
that.
title.
And so we ran with it. But, it's reflective of what the book is all about. In the book, I chronicle my recent life. I dealt with personal devastation, professional woes, all in a short period of time. And, it really is a testament to the plasticity, the adaptability, and the perseverance that the human soul has. We're pretty strong, and you could put a human being in any climate, in any environment, and we'll respond, we'll adapt. And, this book is a testament to how powerful we are. And it was a test, the ups and downs and, that particular time in my life definitely was a test to see what my strength was. And I realized that by employing certain pillars, and I refer to that continually throughout the book. In fact, that's the crux of my book, the 5 pillars of wellness, that I was able to persevere and demonstrate the emotional resilience to come out of it and be even better. And, in retrospect, I see that while it was a crisis, it wasn't a crisis that I didn't allow go to waste.
Did you find out those pillars after you dealt with them or during?
I've always been into science. I'm in many ways, I'm a geek. I would call myself. I would classify myself. And for many years, I would say 20 plus years, I equated physical fitness with optimal wellness. So I thought that, if you could squat a lot and do push-ups and run a mile under 7 minutes, that you were well. And while in some regard that's correct, that's only one cog in the wheel. Wellness is multifactorial. There are multiple dimensions. And what I had neglected, particularly during this time, was the emotional, the spiritual, the mental wellness. And so it made me kind of go back into the evidence. Like, what is it that I need to do? Because I'm a firm believer that, there's a physical part of our body, there's a mental, there's a spiritual. But in terms of that physical, how could we hack our body so that our mind changes? Because ultimately, we're all chemicals. What I'm saying right now, in this mic is based on chemical reactions that are happening in my brain right now. You listening is based on chemical reactions. So how could I manipulate the chemicals in my body in order to come out of this? And I went to the basic fundamentals. I knew that if I slept well, I would have good restorative sleep that would lead to improved hormones, reduction of catabolic hormones like cortisol that breaks down the body. I'll have more resilience if I got my 8 hours. I started meditating. I realized that that's a nice way of downregulating stress. We call that excess stress. So meditation was critical for me. Sleep was critical.
How many hours of sleep do you get?
Well, I recommend 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
Say again?
You just had 8?
7 to 8 hours of sleep. And, unless you're in 1% of the population that has a genetic mutation, 99% need 7 to 8. Otherwise, that 1% could do with 6 and under. But that's a very small population. I got to tell you,
6 and under of sleep?
Yeah, and let's bring this back to hip hop because
I love to sleep.
We live in a culture where, sleep is the cousin of death.
Yeah.
Or, I'll get it done when I'm sleep, when I
die.
I'll sleep when I die.
I'm working.
And we got this culture where sleep is synonymous with lazy, and it's not. And that is the new pillar of health. What we know now is that anything you want to be better in, whether it's a ball player, a DJ, a healthcare provider, a wife, a mother, a performer, you need your sleep. And the research clearly indicates that. And there's not just one research study, there's mounting evidence to suggest that lack of sleep is just as bad as smoking cigarettes and eating Big Macs. It's that right.
Oh my
Hey, Dr. Ivan, let me ask something.
That's a wrap. I'm going to sleep after this.
I'm doing real bad.
Oh
Posture,
God.
no sleep. Damn, I'm about to die, bro.
Well, listen, we're ancient bodies living in modern times. We were designed to move all day. If you look at prehistoric foraging ancestors, we walk 9 miles a day.
Yeah,
what do we do all day now? The average
sit
American
down
sits 13
and
hours a
drive.
day.
True.
That's the equivalent to 2 packs of cigarettes. So the way our bodies design, our genetic makeup is not consistent with modern lifestyle. We're sitting a lot. We're using technology. I'm actually writing a book. It's called Ancient Bodies in Modern Times. And how can we hack our body in order to optimize
those
our
ancient
health,
functions?
but while benefiting from technology. I can't say you put your cell phone away, it's no good, throw it in the garbage. No, we've evolved. We're a lot smarter. We have technology. Let's use it, but let's apply these fundamental basic principles back into our lives so that we could have good health. We're dying like this. If it weren't for medicine, we'd be dead in our 50s and 60s.
Wow.
But that's because all my patients, they medication for diabetes, blood pressure.
That's a lot.
Everything, anything that you could think of. Cholesterol, metabolic syndrome is huge. And the sad thing, and this is why I'm a big proponent of health, is that the minority population is majoritively affected, blacks and Hispanics. And that bothers me because I'm Puerto Rican. So, I feel like it is my duty to be a public healthcare provider and speaker and educate everyone. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote this book.
Can we get some applause for this?
Your
question.
In regards to sleeping, would you advise to sleep 8 hours continuous, or would you have break it down?
That's a good question. What we know is that we do accumulate sleep debt. So say, for example, you went out and you got 4 hours of sleep. Within a contained window, 24, 48-hour window, you can make up that debt. So you could get your 8 hours. But you can't go a week. Right?
No.
Like, this is the thing. The weekend is coming up. I'm going to catch up because I was turning up all Monday through Friday. You can't turn up Monday through Friday and think Saturday night you're going to catch up, or Sunday morning. It doesn't work that
my
way.
grandmother always said, if you lose an hour of sleep, you will never gain it back because you lost it already.
Yeah,
you can't.
yeah. So, just playing with little hacks. These phones, they emit a blue light that suppress our pineal gland function. And that secretes a hormone called melatonin. That's what puts us to sleep.
The
so
REM period or something like that, right?
On the iPhone, there's a switch now where we could turn off the blue light. So it's a little duller, and that prepares us to get to sleep. Lights and everything.
I turn my phone.
Is that an iPhone?
I turn it upside down.
So
I turn my phone upside down.
That's why they tell you when you're sleeping that it has to be dark. Even the digital light from the clock.
You know what?
Shift on. That's it. And so now your blue light is suppressed. So
that's why those sleeping what do you
amber
call
glasses. Amber glasses. Well, you got
the pads I'm talking about.
Yes.
Because that it gets you to get to the REM period or something
That's
like that.
Right. You want complete blackness. You want
I sleep like
caveman
that.
sleeping. So invest in good curtains.
Thank you.
Even the cable box, cover that. Because even the smallest amount of light
I don't even
could
have TV in my
disturb your pineal gland.
You have a caller?
That's so true.
I think Sal knows a lot about sleep.
I'm nervous though. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I actually read a lot on it.
You should be.
I'm nervous because of that hip hop question.
Yeah, you should be. You should. We have a great.
He's nervous about the question. I'm nervous about living.
I know.
You're messed up.
Hey, you can ask me a Biggie question. Biggie or Nas or Jay-Z, something like that.
We got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you from?
Hi, my name is, and I'm from the Bronx.
I'm sorry. Say it again. What was your name?
My name is Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard it?
Doctor.
Oh.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have problems with my back, and I'm trying to be losing weight. And I'm trying to work out, but it doesn't seem like my weight, it fluctuates. It comes, up, down. I can't get to lose the amount of weight that I want.
Yeah.
So I would like to know what can I do? Like, what's your recommendation?
That's a good question, and it's unfortunately a very common problem. Most of America is overweight. We got 2/3 of our country that's overweight, and a third of those people are morbidly obese, which means that they're dealing with deadly disease. So obesity is definitely an epidemic. I go back to the fundamentals of wellness, and that's why I recommend that you read my book, Courage to Continue, because it comes down to this. It's not just one thing, it's multiple things. Number one, you need to move more. We sit a lot, and when we sit, we're not using our muscles, we're not burning calories, we're slowing down our metabolism. So we need to move. One of the biggest recommendations is get a pedometer, or with your iPhone or Android, download a pedometer and see how much you're walking. But if you're under 5,000 steps per day, you're classified as being sedentary. And sedentariness is associated with obesity and a number of other diseases. Number two, this is a short show. I appreciate being here, but I can't go into diet too much. I'll just say this. Of all the substantiated diets out there, from bulletproof, paleo, Whole30, ketogenic, what they all have in common is that they emphasize whole foods. And this is the simplest way to put it. When you go in the supermarket, stick to the perimeter. So you're going to go through the produce, all right? You're going to get the clean 15. You're going to buy the organic dirty dozen, right, to keep away from pesticides and toxins. Then you're going to go to the meat aisle, right? That's the other end of the perimeter, or the top end of the perimeter. And you're going to get grass-fed meats. because, again, you want to stay away from estrogens and toxins, hormones. And then you're going to go to the dairy. Now, there's a big debate now. Should we be eating dairy or not? A lot of it depends on your metabolism, your ability to break down lactose. So that's more a function of, do you have a food allergy? Do you have a food sensitivity? And if you do to dairy, that's something that you may want to cut out. Which is why I offer a transformation program. It's a 6-week transformation program in my office. And if you contact me, I could help you with it. But the diet that I recommend to start off, plus everything else that I offer, is the Whole30. Because what you do is you're sticking to a Whole30 diet, but you're eliminating all usual suspects. So I'm talking about gluten. I'm talking about the high fructose corn syrup. I'm talking about any type of sugar that could cause inflammation, and sticking with that. And then when it comes to exercise, there's so much to talk about. When it comes to exercise, you shouldn't be on a treadmill reading a magazine or watching a reality show. We should move throughout the day, but when it comes to exercise, we need to do things that are stimulative, that's going to build muscle. I can't take the credit for this. My colleague in the back, Ricardo, smart gentleman from Colombia, and we were saying we got to get some sound bites because radio's so short. We got to get some sound bites in this 60-minute period. And I was like, all right, move more, live longer. Motion is lotion. Don't go there with that. But then he said, be stronger, live longer, and I can't tell you how true that is. If you asked me what do I need to do to live long and be healthy, I wouldn't say let me look at your cholesterol, let me look at your blood pressure. I would say how strong your legs, how strong is your grip strength, because your leg strength has more predictive value in terms of mortality and morbidity than basic hallmarks that we look at in your primary care physician's office, like blood pressure. So our society's been built where we play the game not to lose instead of playing the game to win. And what I mean by that in terms of medicine and healthcare is we are given advice not to get disease instead of being optimally well. If you're optimally well, you ain't gonna get
those diseases.
So what does that mean? Be strong. You want to be strong. You want to be mobile. You want to push, pull, carry, climb. And so those are the things that we do in the office, and that's why I got to tell you, working with Dr.Hilario, Dr.Barrow, you're going to talk to them in a second. It's a pleasure to work with them because they endorse the same philosophy, and it's a philosophy based upon basic human evolution. We're the only animal in the animal kingdom that has these things called chairs. When was the last time you saw a zebra on a chair or a lion on a chair chilling, playing Nintendo or something?
Any animal for that matter.
So move more, get a pedometer, stick to the perimeter. When you work out, make sure you're squatting and deadlifting and pressing. Do compound exercises. I highly recommend hiring someone to teach you that because you could easily get hurt. But those movements are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck, and it's going to make you lose weight. Ultimately, it comes down to you got to expend more than you consume, but you want to eat. You want to consume calories that are filling, that are satiating. That's why I'm a big proponent of fat. I like fat. Fat is good for you. 50% of our brain is fat, so we need fat. So there's no reason we should be eating egg whites. There's no reason we should be draining the oil when we're cooking with avocado oil, coconut oil. Those are good saturated fats that help with our metabolism.
Thank you for calling. We hope that helps. I know you wasn't much information.
It helped me.
But
Help me.
hello?
Yes, I want to how do I get your book?
You could go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and you could just type in Courage to Continue, Steps for Boldly Surmounting Life's Adversities. But Courage to Continue, Dr. Ivan Hernandez.
Thanks for calling.
That's great.
So I think
This made my diet today look a little bit shaky.
Yeah, yours is.
If it has 4
rather
more
horrible.
ingredients,
What?
don't eat it.
Yeah.
If it has 4
Four
more
or more
ingredients, how many ingredients does a banana have?
Banana.
One.
One.
How many ingredients does a sweet potato have?
One.
Potato.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
How many does a dipsy doodle?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, first of all,
had prior-
I was so hungry
prior to the show.
and I
How
had
many does a dipsy
vegetables.
doodle?
I had
That's what I'm
vegetables.
saying.
I
Corn
had
chips have.
I had corn chips. Well, I asked him about corns.
When was the last time you saw Twinkies in the produce aisle? That's what I'm talking
This
about.
is ridiculous. This is an educator you're talking to, Dr. Ivan. It's embarrassing. But great segue. So, trivia time. Here we go.
Corn chips.
Yeah. Now let's see these medical
these
answers.
games.
Let's see these medical answers for this
So,
one.
Dr. Ivan, we wanted to make this special for you.
Okay.
I know you invited me to a function at some place near your practice.
Oh, yes. We are doing a fundraising dinner party in Scarsdale, New York for the Unidos Disaster Relief Fund for Mexico and Puerto Rico. That's October 19th. So if
It's next Thursday.
It's next Thursday, October 19th. If you go to Dr. Ivan PT on Instagram or Facebook, I have the link. You could buy your tickets at Eventbrite. We're gonna have dinner, wine, and a DJ.
How many ingredients does one have?
Great cause. What's that?
How many ingredients does one have?
Ricky.
Hey, you know what?
Hey.
It doesn't matter because the DJ's gonna be there.
So you're gonna be moving.
And Dr. Ivan, can you donate to that as well, or the ticket will be the donation?
The ticket will function as a donation.
Okay.
So this is extremely important to me. It's something that hits home because I have family back in Puerto Rico, and this is why between myself, I can't take all the credit. Dr. Hilario, great guy back here, he and I have partaken this fundraising event together to raise funds for the Hispanic Federation and Unidos, which is the fund dedicated to Mexico and Puerto Rico.
Wow, that's amazing.
Excellent.
Nice.
So as I went to a function like that next to your practice, I heard a lot about, your past and then how you grew up and stuff like that. So Mike and Jared, athletic parties and Money Mike, Money Making, as we know them, they told me about your house background and how you used to like house as a kid. So what we did was we created a little playlist with hip hop house. So hip hop and house together.
Jungle Brothers.
Okay. So play that one. Okay, that was one of them, right? That was one of them.
Are we gonna see any moves?
Yeah.
I can do it.
I'm pretty sure you can do your ass. Stay moving, right?
Stay
Get that
moving.
pedometer.
5,000. Where's 5,000 steps?
Hey, get off
5,000 steps.
Easy.
Two.
Exactly. So that was one
Gotta
of them.
make
So
my
you know
corn
that Jungle
chips
Brothers house.
go away.
So we're gonna
Jungle
play
Brothers.
another one.
Okay.
See if you know this one. Remember
I
hip
don't get
hop
credit
house?
for that.
Yes, you do. You do.
This is the next one.
Give me body.
Cut it.
Cut it.
Cut it.
I know what
It's because
I know exactly what to cut it.
I thought he was getting it. Do you need to hear
Our
it again?
MD, wait a
Do you need
second.
to hear it again?
By the way, I just practiced about 10 minutes before the show.
Do you need to hear it again?
Could I call a lifeline?
Oh, man.
You can do that.
Oh,
We'll give you
man.
that.
We didn't discuss that.
Do any of you know? No?
Give me body.
Give me body.
Nah, I'll take the L on this.
All right. So we're going to let it play
Let me hear
out.
it.
And see if you
guess it.
Let it play out. I think you're going to pick it up once you hear it.
My queendom. Come on, come on.
Wait,
When it comes to lyrics, I
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
I know. Okay.
Okay. And you know that song.
Let me see that.
But I'm pretty sure Dr. Ivan was killing it with his game.
With the
big
platforms.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
platforms.
we talked
And the
about it.
bell-bottoms
Yep.
And the bell bottoms.
So here's another one. So far you're 2 for 2.
Okay.
As we let it play
One
out,
and a
we're
half.
2 for 2. 1.5. You want to get
Because
one?
he
and a
let
half?
him play.
Okay. So this is
One
the
and a
third
half.
one. See if you know the third.
Wait a second.
A little bit more recent for you.
When no one ain't around, I feel it fade. I think too much. I feel it fade.
No, wait, hold on.
Well, ain't nobody watching. I feel it fade.
Yes, Bravo.
Are you asking a lifeline? Are you asking
Wait,
a
hold
lifeline?
on. Because that'll be
Well, how many lifelines do I have? Oh, this is the one with the lady. I know
lady.
this.
Oh, yeah.
She's dancing on the chair. And am I right or am I right?
You're right.
Am I right or am I right?
Hey, like, I know that one.
Remember that. I remember
You all right.
Tiana Taylor.
Exactly.
Yes.
With homeboy Iman Shumpert.
Yes.
Iman
He
Shumpert.
said, I can give you everybody that's part of this project right now.
I can tell you everything except the name of the song.
How many ingredients? One.
I
The
actually
lady.
use that in my office as an introductory class. So good, 3 for 3.
I'm
Good
good.
stuff.
I'll
Good
take
stuff.
that. I'll take that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So we definitely wanted to get that hip hop and house genre together, and you actually are up on your. You still listen to house?
You know what? I don't so much. You know what? I stay cool because I got a 16-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Okay.
So I know, like we lit.
Yeah.
Turned up,
You're in the know.
You in the know.
Uzi,
Yeah.
Uzi Vert.
Uzi Vert. So I stay abreast.
That's what's up. That's
Lit.
Lit.
Dr.
ass,
Thank
dead
you for
ass.
coming back again, man. Tell them your social media and again how to get the book.
Social media is Dr.Ivan PT on all platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook.
Appreciate you,
AKA
man.
man of the house.
Twitter.
AKA man of the house.
MySpace.
So we got the closers coming in, right?
Yeah.
All right.
The
Get
finisher.
I'm gonna go
Finisher.
over here. They're
Finisher.
gonna take these two spots.
Yes, I'm gonna write this up.
The doctors.
Yes. I'm reading this book tonight, by the way.
Oh man,
Let me see.
that was funny. That was funny right there. Yeah. You learning something today, ain't you?
My diet today was serious. I
That's
had an
what
You learning
apple.
something
Bravo, I
today.
had an apple today, and then I had my vegetable, which was the corn chips.
I had eggs and avocado oil.
When?
I cooked this morning. Turkey bacon, 3 slices of thin turkey bacon,
Brav.
and an apple.
That's what you had for breakfast?
That was my meal all day today.
Dr. Barrow, Ricardo, how you doing, guys?
Great.
How's it going?
Good to be
Get
here.
that mic. You're gonna have to hold that mic.
Hold
Dr.
this mic.
Barrow.
Movement.
So,
Upright.
quick question: Is this how you guys dress for work?
I should.
On Casual Friday, yeah.
Casual Friday on Thursday.
It would be so cool to see, right?
Warm
Coming
up
to the
Thursday.
office, see
Warm
that?
up Thursday.
I mean,
There
it's
we
hard.
go.
It's hard to squat in jeans. Yeah, so you gotta be mobile.
So, introduce yourselves and what you do.
I'm Dr. Barrow. I am a doctor of physical therapy at Executive Park Physical Therapy.
My name is Ricardo. I'm a physical therapy. I'm coming from Colombia.
Oh wow!
I've been here for about 3 years.
Wow! Congratulations!
Colombia.
Thank you.
From Medellin.
Welcome.
Now, from actually my town is Popayan. It's 2
Popayan.
hours far from Cali.
Oh.
Yeah.
As we're more narcos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know. I got you. I completely got you.
Yeah. Cartel.
That's
So-
how we know.
2 hours from there.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Those are the
That's
landmarks
okay.
we know in Colombia. So, Dr. Barrow, one of the interesting things that physical therapy we know is probably everybody can use a physical therapist.
Oh, 100%.
But people,
100%.
But people only come to usually when they're hurt.
Yeah, and that's a sad thing because it's a time bomb. And I'm not saying everyone's going to get hurt. There's people who live their lives, they never break a bone. That's that can happen. But I think the bigger issue is, recently the APTA. So that's the board that runs that. They outline what a physical therapist can do. They submitted saying we're a movement specialist. So you want to take a look at that. If we are movement specialists, that's what we're trying to do. We're mechanics. So you want to be able to analyze the whole thing. We're not here just to massage. Sometimes we're known as that. Oh, just stretch me.
Stretch my legs.
Give
roll my ankle.
give me a workout. It's more than that. We take a look at how you're moving, and then depending on different philosophies of what you believe emotion should be, how you should take a look at it, you want to make sure those things are strong. Dr. Hernandez, he does SFMA. And with that, there's a couple different motions that we always hear and we talk about. We talk about squats and deadlifts, a part of that
man.
that
he
movement,
provokes
and
that the
we
most.
preach it daily. It's, I mean,
Even for the women. Even for the women.
Every
Deadlifts.
Deadlifts,
yes.
Women are human.
Everybody.
Everybody. You need to squat and deadlift. Otherwise, you're not going to have that life that you want to have.
I know the men, the squatting helps excrete the testosterone, right?
Yes.
But for women, what's the benefit of squatting other than the derriere shaking?
Same thing. There's testosterone's released as well, but it's just not as high as quantities as men would have.
Okay.
But there's also the other advantageous effects that occur, such as just the growth of muscle. Anyway, those are big muscles. So if you grow those, right, in general, take out the hormone out of the equation, what is that going to do for you? You are less likely to fall. How many people you've heard fall and I can't get up? We laugh at that, but that's a true statement. You won't fall. You don't
won't
fall
hurt that much,
and
when
you can recover.
Yeah.
You can carry things. You're going to be able to live a life because of that. It's it's something so simple, so interesting.
Wow, Ricardo.
Besides that, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, besides that is more to prevent injuries because the hip muscles are big, and then your body, as Dr. Hernandez says, your body is created for movement. And then there's a interesting approaching that is called joint by joint approach that says that when you don't get some type of movement from one joint, you're gonna get it from another joint because your body is gonna look for movement, it's gonna look for stability. So particularly for this type of exercises, if you work out in your hip, you're gonna be having a healthy back as well. So that's important.
So
thing.
meaning that when you don't move one particular joint, it's gonna get that movement from another.
From another. Yeah.
But when you work out all joints or one particular joint?
No, I mean there's some type of joints that they are meant to be movable, and then there's another one that they're supposed to be stable. So that's how you work, and then with all these type of exercises, you're gonna be having a better condition, and then you're gonna be moving better. The thing is that when you don't move properly, you're gonna create some type of dysfunctional pattern movements, and then that's gonna lead to getting injuries, because with the time you're gonna getting scar tissue, you're gonna build up some micro trauma, so that's gonna end it up so more
macro trauma.
Yeah.
From micro to macro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's really good to know, because I was in physical therapy once, and it was for my knee, and then like my hip started hurting, and I got mad at my physical therapist, like, I didn't come here for now my hip is hurting, and now my back is starting, and he tried to explain, like, because you were using your knee so much that now it forces your body, like, you get it from other areas, and it just so happened that you have to work out.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that at that time. I was just like, what is going on? Like, why does everything hurt now?
That's the importance. That is called regional interdependence. When you have some alteration in one part of your body, is going to lead to another part of your body suffers because of that. Whatever previously said.
We got a caller, Dr. Barrow, Ricardo. We got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you from?
My name is Chris. I'm from the Bronx.
Chris, what's going on?
Pretty good. How's everything?
You got a question? I'm fine. You got a question for our people?
Yes, I do. For Dr. Ricardo, I have a problem with my Achilles. I've been having like a tenderness with my Achilles. It comes and goes pretty much daily. Is there anything that I can do? Can you give me any advice as far as what I can do for it? It's like a tenderness that I get. It kind of comes and goes with certain footwear that I put on. If I put on shoes, I have this pain. I have tenderness in my Achilles. When I put on sneakers, it feels a little bit better. But I think it might be something more than just a change of sneakers and shoes. Is there anything you can tell me about? You can give me any advice with that, please?
Yeah, definitely. So your body is asking for movement. So you gotta make sure that your body, your joints are completely movable. So you need to get better mobility in your ankle joint, and then also you may have to get better release the tension in your posterior chain, because posterior tension in your posterior chain can lead to tension in your Achilles as well.
Okay.
So definitely one of the things that you want to
get up
do every day is try to touch your toes You have to have the ability to touch your toes every day without bending your knees. That's one thing that it can lead you to decrease the tension in your posterior chain.
Touching your toes
and load.
And loading.
Yeah.
Optimal loading.
Would you recommend the Dr.Ivan house shoes? Is that well, Chris, thanks for calling and asking the question, big brother.
Man. Absolutely. I thank you.
All right. So we're gonna go into how you got started, Dr. Barrow. Please, when did you say I'm into this medical field? I'm going hard body. When was this?
I was in high school when I decided I wanted to go into physical therapy. I was shopping around. I'm very science oriented. My father's a chemist. I've always been fascinated with science. It wasn't until I had an ACL injury that because obviously, you don't, what is PT until you say, I'm more of I got to be in it and then I can immerse myself. And once I had it, I said, wow, this is powerful. I remember, it's funny, a lot of the exercises I'm showing some patients, I remember doing myself, and looking back at that, I remember I went into PT injured, at a certain performance level. I remediated those things, had a full knee reconstruction, everything. I came back, I was grabbing the hoop.
Wow.
So I had a huge performance spike afterwards, and I was not using my knee even to 100% of what it was capable of. So that turned me on completely. After that, I wasn't going back. No.
Ricardo, how about you? When did you get into the medical field officially? Mentally, what was the mental time that you was like, I'm going in?
I think throughout the high school, I play a lot of soccer. I play a lot of soccer, so I was focus myself. Football. Yeah. I focus myself in like getting this type of activities. So this is what I love to do, like movement, because this is what we try to bring the patients back to movement. So
were you playing football, soccer, and then were you like helping some of your teammates who might have got hurt?
Yeah. Basically,
and not supposed to, and you weren't supposed to.
No.
Okay.
But yes, definitely that's where.
So one of the new things that we all see is like how the medical field is moving forward, right? So Dr. Barrow and Ricardo as well, have you done anything that you created as your own physical therapy piece that is isolated as yours, like you invented this? And
oh yeah, 100%.
So what's one thing you invented?
Barometrics. You think it's a joke? It's
that sounds cool too as well.
In the body, there's actually these things called baroreceptors. They're located in vasculature, and they pick on the increase in pressure or decrease in pressure. Wow. And with that in pressure, certain chain of events occur throughout the body physiologically, and your body will start to adapt to that. The last name is Barrow. It's with W, but still they go BARO. But metrics being counting. My philosophy is you have to push the performance with that. There has to be a performance. Everybody should be. We talk about certain numbers we want to do, right? You look at Olympic lifters; they can do 3 times their body weight in one exercise, 2 times in another, 1.5 in another. We look at these things and we say these are optimal health if you could do these things. And that's what I want to say is that's part of the whole process. You should be doing that. Just because you work at a desk, just because you're not doing here, you're not optimally tapping into your body's potential of what it needs to be doing, and you're setting yourself back.
Barometrics. Seriously. Is there a Ricardo metrics or Cardo metrics?
Not Cardo metrics, but with experience, I've realized that patients get a lot of apprehension, a lot of tension, a lot of stress, and then I feel identified with Dr. Hernandez because the management of stress is really important for everyone, but especially when you have some type of pain that distract your mind, creates apprehension. That's why when some of the patients that you can tell that they can move properly, I try to do kind of meditation techniques, and then I don't know if somebody like I took it from somewhere, someplace, but what I do is I follow 3 basic steps where I try to get the patients in one of the rooms on some quiet space, and then what I do is 3 basic steps. The first one, I play some relaxation music, and then I just engage the patient in just mere breathing. Just breathing, like kind of 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out.
Is this the box breathing?
That
we've seen? No? Or just
No,
different? Okay.
no. I don't know. Maybe I took it from there. I read it from some place, but definitely is just because when you are in pain, you don't focus. You don't like the fight or flight response is not focused in breathing, in oxidative activities. Is you forget to breathe well. So just kind of bringing the patient in, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then I immediately take the patient in the second step. That second step is gonna be imagination. You have to imaginate something else, because the apprehension is taking your focus. So you can focus because you get so apprehensive because you think that you are in pain, that everything is gonna be bothering you. So the thing is, I tell the patient, so you're gonna focus right now. You're gonna close your eyes and then focus on your face. Focus on your face and don't put a name in that face. It's not a face. It's relaxed right now. Focus on your chest. It's not your chest. It's relaxed right now. So I go by those things. And the third one is just with the music that I'm playing. Just I tell the patient, you know what? Just the third thing. Just listen to the music. Just listen. Try to differentiate different sounds that you are listening. And then I try to do every day, not every day, but with some patients, because it's really important. Try to think. You can go without eating. I think it's for about 40 days without eating. You will die starving. You can survive like, I think it's 2 weeks without, or a little bit less, without drinking nothing of water. But you can think how much you can live without breathing. Is like after 4 minutes you're gonna create some damages in your brain. So that's why it's so important to breathing, and that's something that I just
I like that
try to do sometimes.
I like that.
Imagination piece is cool. Caller, what's your name? Where you from? Caller, you still there? You probably took
I'm
off.
still here.
They wasn't breathing.
Okay. Caller, what's your name? Where you from?
She's breathing.
I'm Ann from the city.
Hey, Ann.
And hey, and I have a question for Dr. Barrow.
Yes.
I've been lifting some weights, and I have got a strain in my left forearm, and I think I probably overlifted, but I'm trying to increase my weightlifting from like about 25 to up into the 30s. So what can I do to prevent from having that strain happen again?
I want you to continue to lift, but we marked on a point a little bit earlier, optimally load. So you want to back down from the weight. I know you want to go up, but you have to, there's two enemies in play here. The actual injury, which is the strain, and then the ego. You want to go up, the arm won't let you. So you need to take the one out to the side and say, I want to get better. What's the goal? I want to get better. If I remediate this, I will be back up into that 30. I'll be up into maybe 40 in no time. So take that down, back up a little bit, and then some numbers that we like to mess around with is, research has identified repetitions of 15, and that falls under these strength and conditioning charts as being 65% of what you can move. So you stay around there. There's a lot of growth effects that occur with this volume. You work with that 15, you're going to have the pain decrease, you're going to have better neural adaptation, and you're going to allow the muscle tissue to actually reformulate where it needs to be at so you can go to your desired goal.
15.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
Thanks for calling, Ann.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
It's like they say, fall back to move forward, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I have a question for you. When someone breaks a bone, are they prone for arthritis or automatically because of the broken bone? Or the therapy helps?
So is this a question towards the broken bone or towards arthritis? It's twofold.
Depends where the fracture is. That's the answer. If it's near the joint, yes. If it's in the mid shaft, no.
If it's in the joint, no. Mid shaft, yes.
Okay.
Let's go to arthritis since we're like over 30.
You want to go to arthritis?
If it's in the joint, yeah.
So
some of us.
So first,
not over 30.
Before we move on, we want to are you guys on social media?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your social media handle?
Dr.Barrow.
Oh,
okay.
He was comfortable.
Yeah, he was comfortable. He was
in his
chilling.
office all day.
I actually
He was
don't
in
have
his
my phone
office
on
this
me
whole
right
time.
now.
You can just say it to the
Dr.Barrow
Right.
at Instagram. So DR.Barrow.
DR.Barrow. Ricardo, do you have social media?
Yeah, I'm in Instagram. FD Ricardo RG.
FD Ricardo RG. Okay.
FT.
FT. FT.
Yes, sir.
FT Ricardo RG. Okay.
It's because fisioterapeuta is in Spanish.
Oh, bad. Got you.
So much knowledge today.
Featuring.
So
Featuring.
On the gram, featuring Ricardo.
So we got
Dr.Barrow featuring.
So we got 5 minutes left. So what we're gonna do first is thank y'all for taking the time. We know you guys have a hard week, hard schedule.
My pleasure to be here.
You took the time
Tomorrow's
over here.
Casual Friday.
Yeah.
And thank everybody, Dr. Hilario, Dr.Ivan. So what we're gonna do is Dr. Cordovelli over there.
Dr.
So we got a hip hop point of view trivia question for you. All right? Just want to get it out for you. Yeah. Ricardo, maybe you can help out. Maybe you can learn something. We don't know the hip hop point of view Colombia. There might be a hip hop point of view Colombia. We'll get to that.
The whole time.
So we're gonna play something that's
How old is it?
How old is it? Can't tell you that because you might know.
I may not know.
You may not know. Yes, this one right there. And this is about what you were talking about, barometrics, and it's associated with that. Play that. See if you know where this is from.
I've heard that.
If you need a lifeline, I see Dr. Ivan is hyped. He knows what's going on. Do you know? Let him guess first. Need a lifeline? What you got? What do you think?
I got nothing.
You don't know? What do you got on the lifeline side?
En Colombia. Yo no sé.
Cut it. New Jack City is true.
Correct. Correct.
Yes, it is Eric B. and Rakim, and the song is "Don't Sweat the Technique." So we know in your field technique how you do things. There you go.
They know it. They pick up where
got it. You got the movie. The soundtrack.
I knew Jack City.
That kind of horn. Yes, that horn in a jazz piece. They did. So, but first of all, you guys were great. Love the way you answered the questions. You're invited back anytime.
Thank you.
Please, if you have
Next
events,
time
let us know.
You're
You're gonna
They're like, whoa, you look healthy.
yes, you're gonna come back a brand new person. So, hip hop point of view, we out. Dr.
out.
Barrow, Ricardo, we're gonna do our promos, take some pictures.
Thank you.
Good evening.